Every generation in K-pop has a group that sets the pace.
Are you ready?
For 5th gen, that answer is already clear. In early 2023, YG Entertainment introduced 7 trainees to the public through a series of live performance videos on YouTube. One by one, each girl sang or rapped on camera. No studio tricks, no heavy editing, just skill, out in the open. Then came Last Evaluation, an 8-episode reality series that followed the selection process. The setup was tense from the start. CEO Yang told the trainees directly that the group would not have 7 members. Some would be cut before debut. Fans watched weekly. They picked favorites. They worried. The show ran from March through April, and by the final episode, CEO Yang made an unexpected decision. He had originally named 5, but he brought all 7 through, because only 7 could complete the group. On May 14, the pre-debut single Dream dropped exclusively on YouTube and debuted at #1 on Billboard's Hot Trending Songs chart. By this point, BABYMONSTER had not officially debuted. No album, no title track, no music show appearance, but millions of people were already watching. The audience existed before the music did. On the 27th of November 2023, BABYMONSTER debuted with Batter Up, but only 6 members stood on stage. 2 weeks before the release, YG announced that Ahyeon would sit out due to health reasons. For a group that spent an entire reality show proving all 7 belonged together, starting without one felt incomplete. Still, the 6 moved forward. The music video became the most viewed debut MV in K-pop history within its first 24 hours. It crossed 100 million views in just 18 days. People around the world picked it up fast. At home, the response was different. Korean charts stayed quiet. Critics pointed out that the sound felt too close to Blackpink. The song that was breaking records internationally sat in the background at home. On the 25th of January 2024, BABYMONSTER released a video. 6 members stood together, looking into the camera. Then a 7th figure stepped into the frame. Ahyeon was back. The 1st of April 2024 brought the real starting line. BABYMONSTER, with the 7 right in the middle of the name, their first mini album, came with all 7 members and a new title track, Sheesh. First week sales set a record for a debut K-pop girl group. The MV passed 100 million views in just 10 days. The global numbers moved fast once again. The tracklist carried a surprise. Charlie Puth had written a song called Like That and gifted it to the group after Ahyeon's pre-debut cover of his song Dangerously caught his attention. That kind of thing doesn't happen to most rookies. But once again, the Korean charts started slow. Then the stages happened. On music shows, BABYMONSTER performed with handheld microphones. Every time. While other groups focused on synchronized choreography with backing tracks, BABYMONSTER sang live and brought the same energy you would expect from a concert. Ad-libs added on the spot, high notes hit in full, rapping delivered raw. Every weekly stage felt like a full show. A few weeks into promotions, YG did something unusual. They released a band version of Sheesh for performances on M Countdown and Inkigayo. Reworking a title track mid-promo for music shows almost never happens. The new arrangement hit harder, and new ears found the song through the stage. Weeks after release, Sheesh started climbing the Korean charts. It eventually peaked in the top 10 on both Melon and the Circle Digital chart. The song didn't get there from marketing. It got there because every time BABYMONSTER stepped on a stage, people who saw the performance told someone else to watch it. That pattern became their identity. In 5th Gen, most groups compete through concepts, visuals, or short-form content. BABYMONSTER competed through performing. Their music show stages felt like concerts. Their radio appearances turned into live showcases. Even variety performances carried the same weight. In May, they launched their first fan meeting tour across 6 countries in Asia. Within 40 days of debut, they were already filling arena-class venues. They also performed at Japan's Summer Sonic Festival in August 2024, barely 5 months after debut, a 40-minute set among veteran global acts backed by a live band. Not a single soul called them rookies after that. YG kept things intentional. BABYMONSTER rarely showed up on smaller stages or casual appearances. When they performed, it was always on a platform big enough for the skill to come through. No wasted appearances. Every stage was a chance to show what they could do, and they performed every song like there was no tomorrow. All of it started on stage. The strategy was simple. Perform at a level that makes people stop scrolling and pay attention. Then, let those people spread the word for you. On the 1st of July 2024, Forever dropped as a pre-release single, a brighter track that showed a lighter side. It was the first signal that the full album would carry more range than expected. On November 1, BABYMONSTER released Drip, their first full-length album. 9 tracks, 2 title songs, Click Clack and Drip. The names behind the music made the album feel different from anything they had done before. G-Dragon participated in the composition and demo recording of Drip. Mino from Winner co-wrote Really Like You. 2 of YG's biggest names showed up on the album. That kind of cosign said something about where BABYMONSTER stood. Before the album even had time to settle, BABYMONSTER started releasing music videos for B-sides. Really Like You, Billionaire, Love in My Heart, each one treated like it could stand on its own. Different sounds, different visuals, different moods, all from the same album. Together with the 2 title tracks, that was 5 music videos from a single release. Every song on the album sounded like it could have been the lead single. 5 music videos from one album said everything about how seriously they treated their own music. The results followed. First week sales broke the records set by their debut album. Drip debuted at number 1 on the Circle album chart and became their first entry on the Billboard 200. By mid-2025, the album crossed 1 million copies sold, their first million seller. But what mattered more than the numbers was what the album represented. During promotions, the members called Drip the song that sounds most like who they are. After early releases that drew constant Blackpink comparisons, this was the moment people started hearing BABYMONSTER as BABYMONSTER. And then the stages pushed it even further. On the 25th of December 2024, BABYMONSTER performed at SBS Gayo Daejeon, their first Korean music festival. They brought a special band version of Drip with a rearranged sound and new choreography. Handheld mics, full vocals. The energy hit like a headline set. Fans called it a performance that set the bar for rookies. The clip ranked number 1 in YouTube views among every performer at the event. Around the same time, they appeared on The First Take in Japan. The show is known for capturing artists singing live in a single shot with no retakes. Their performance of Drip on that stage spread fast. Japanese listeners discovered the song from that video, and it stuck. Together, those two stages pushed Drip back up the charts weeks after release. In Korea, it climbed into the top 10 on the Circle Digital chart, their second top 10 hit. In Japan, it reached a new personal best on the Billboard Japan Hot 100. The same pattern from Sheesh happened again. Release a song, perform it live in a way that catches attention, watch the charts respond after the stages go out.
今私と目が合ったあなた大好きやで付き合ってください
Then it happened a third time with a song nobody planned for. Really Like You had already been out for over a year. Then BABYMONSTER performed it at their Love Monsters fan concert in Japan in December 2025, and something about it caught on. The performance was warm, playful, and completely different from their usual intensity. Clips spread online. A challenge started on TikTok. By January 2026, the song topped TikTok Korea's viral 50 chart for 5 consecutive days. It re-entered Melon and climbed streaming charts across Korea. In response, BABYMONSTER performed Really Like You on M Countdown in February 2026 as a special stage. A B-side from an album released 14 months earlier. Back on a music show because one fan concert clip sparked the whole thing. 3 songs. 3 times the charts moved after a live performance. Every time, it started on stage. That kind of pattern doesn't happen by accident. It happens because every time BABYMONSTER performs, the performance itself becomes the promotion. On the 25th of January 2025, BABYMONSTER stood on the KSPO Dome stage in Seoul. Less than a year after their official debut, they became the fastest female act to headline the venue. 2 sold-out nights. The first stop on their Hello Monsters World Tour. The tour moved across Asia and North America. Japan sold out immediately. When those shows filled up, more were added. By the time the Japan leg ended, 150,000 fans had come through, more than any K-pop girl group had pulled in that fast. North America opened with just Newark and Los Angeles. Then 6 more cities were added because demand kept growing. But not everything went as planned. In May 2025, YG announced that Rami would step away from activities to focus on her health. One of the strongest vocalists in 5th Gen, now away from the group. By May 2026, it had been a year. Fans kept waiting. The group kept moving as 6, but 7 was always the number. In October 2025, BABYMONSTER returned with their second mini-album, We Go Up. The title track carried confidence. 4 days later, the performance video dropped, and it looked nothing like a typical performance clip. Over 50 backup dancers, color fireworks across an outdoor set. The video was so grand that fans said it felt like watching a second MV. A second title track, Psycho, came shortly after, with a completely different style. Then came the year-end stages. At Mama 2025, Pharita, Ahyeon, and Rora covered Golden in its original key, a track known for pushing even veteran vocalists. The clip became the most watched from the entire show. Their group stage came in second. At SBS Gayo Daejeon, the same thing happened. 2 of the biggest stages of the year, and BABYMONSTER topped them both. Handheld mics, live vocals, and energy that made every stage feel like their own concert. On YouTube, the numbers told their own story. By early 2026, BABYMONSTER became the fastest K-pop girl group to reach 11 million subscribers. Total views crossed 7 billion. No other fifth-gen act was close. Now, BABYMONSTER is taking another step.
Let's
Choom, their third mini-album, is here. A second full-length album is set for later this year. And a world tour spanning 5 continents starts in June, adding South America, Europe, and Oceania for the first time. Just 2 years in, and they are already everywhere. 2 years after their official debut, BABYMONSTER's position is clear. A million-seller album, a world tour that kept expanding because demand kept growing, live performances that consistently topped every event they showed up to. And every time they perform, the charts respond, because the skill stays the same. No other fifth-generation group has put all of those pieces together perfectly at this point. What does it take to lead a generation? BABYMONSTER's answer showed up the same way every time. On stage. Sheesh climbed because of music show stages. Drip climbed because of Gayo Daejeon in the first take. Really Like You climbed because of a fan concert in Japan. Every major moment traced back to a performance. BABYMONSTER picked up microphones, stood on stages, and delivered the music the way it was meant to be heard. And that is exactly why they lead.